Hey guys, this is Jerry. I know the lighting is kind of shit, so bear with me. I just felt inspired today, so I wanted to share with you some of my thoughts. I love to people watch, in case you haven't seen some of my other vlogs. I like to people watch. I like to get deep with human behavior. A lot of times when I hang out, let's say at a bar or at a festival or some public place with a lot of people, I always see groups of girls, and occasionally you exchange eye contact with one or more of the girls in the group. And I noticed some interesting things, so I wanted to share with you guys. Again, take all this with a grain of salt. So a lot of people wonder, okay, how do you know when to approach a girl? Because I'm gonna make an assumption here. You can prove me wrong if you want, but girls are a little bit more subtle than men. You know, you're not gonna get a girl approaching a guy. It's very rare. It happens, but it's very rare. So if women are more subtle than men, as a man, if you want to approach a girl, well, one thing you can do is just don't give a fuck, just do it anyways. But if you're the kind of person who's more careful, you know, I'm an introvert, so a lot of things are in my head. I like to analyze before I even say anything. So how did you tell whether some girl wants you to approach her? Let's say there's a girl really pretty somewhere over there, and you're looking at her, and she catches you looking at her. Suddenly her disposition's gonna change. Disposition's a big word. Basically, her actions are gonna change. And let's say she was dancing on the dance floor in a bar. She's suddenly gonna start dancing a little harder, look like she's enjoying it. Or let's say she's sitting with her friends somewhere and they're talking or chatting. If she sees you looking at her, she wants you to approach her, she's gonna suddenly start laughing more. It's gonna look like she's having a lot of fun more. That dispositional change, it's very subtle, but if you're looking out for it, it's actually quite obvious. I think the reason is because she just wants to look like she's having fun, look like she's a person worthy of your attention. Someone told me this, and I believe it was my friend Kevin. Things don't happen randomly. You're in some sort of restaurant or you're in some sort of place where there's a bunch of places to walk. She might walk nearer to you. She's not going to walk right by you, but she's going to give enough proximity to make it easier for you to take those steps over if she wants you to approach her. I noticed that a lot. I was on the train with my friend Phil, and there was this girl. She was so gorgeous, and Phil noticed her immediately. She noticed Phil immediately, and she wanted Phil to talk to her. But you know, it's a train, and it could get real awkward real fast. So Phil's like, not worth it. But when they got to their stop and the doors opened on the subway train, instead of walking out the exit right next to them, the girl actually walked towards us to the exit farther because she wanted to make it easier, so to speak. That little proximity thing she did was a little signal that she wanted to give my friend Phil to say, hey, look, I'm trying to walk near you so you can do something, use a pickup line, say whatever. The change in disposition and then the proximity, those are two things that I notice a lot. Let's say sometimes you don't really get to exchange eye contact with a girl in a public place and she's with her friends. So how then do you figure out whether she's looking for some sort of interaction outside her group of friends? Because sometimes, you know, girls just want a girls' night out. They don't really want other people disturbing them. That's normally not the case, especially if they're in a bar or let's say they're in some sort of big festival where the assumption is you're going to stumble on new people. For groups of girls where maybe it's a little dark, you can't really see them clearly, at least the face. So what you do is you look at the feet. There's always going to be one or two girls in whatever group where her feet are not pointed inwards. If she's pointed towards the group, let's say they're standing in a circle all facing in. So if she's pointed towards the group, she's probably like very dedicated to whatever's going on in there. But occasionally you're going to see one or two girls who their feet are not pointed in the group, they're pointed outwards, meaning they're looking for ways to either bring someone in or to escape the current situation. So if you want to approach a group of girls and you don't care who, you just want to start a conversation, a flirtation, a banter, approach the girls whose feet are pointed out. Another thing I notice is this. I'm going to put the camera down. This thing. A lot of girls, sorry for my socks and slippers, a lot of girls like this little position right here. A lot of girls stand like that. So approach those girls. because that position is not a stable position. It shows there's some neediness or some sense of submission. And if she's standing like that in a group, she's probably looking for something to lead her. So be bold and approach. So that's all I have to say. Just random food for thought. I know a lot of you guys who watch my channel probably go out to bars to hit on girls or go to public places thinking maybe you'll meet the one. So take what I said and try them. All right, thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.